Something that women should think about if they are having discussions about whether or not they want to have children is if if whether or not you can successfully raise that child is contingent upon your village or the people around you being willing to pitch in. That's something to really think about. And I see so many videos of women who get mad at their friends and their family for not pitching in, and why is nobody talking to me, and why is nobody coming around, and why can't I lean on anyone for help. Listen, I'm not saying it's right, and I'm not saying that it's fair, and sometimes people really are jerks. Sometimes that person really is a dick and they're just being mean for absolutely no reason. But we live in a capitalist society where people are drowning financially and mentally. People are burnt out. And maybe you have a situation where people just say no up front. I'd love to, I can't. I'm sorry. Or maybe they underestimate just how much work it will take. And it's not that they're being mean or anything. It's just that they have to set that boundary because they can't. And somebody made a passive aggressive diss at me last year, trying to say that I'm trying to make women feel bad for asking for help. That's not what I'm doing at all. I'm just saying sometimes your village be tired too. They got children, they got jobs, they got mental health issues, so on and so forth. I remember this woman that I worked with a while back. She was on the phone in the break room screaming at her daughter to stop crying and put her clothes on to go to school, because she shared that her sister was really starting to get frustrated because it was the same thing every day. The child would start having outbursts and they'd wind up being late, and it was really frustrating. And it got to a point where her sister just didn't want to do it anymore. So she's screaming at the child to behave, because if the sister decides she doesn't want to help anymore, she don't have nobody else to help watch that kid. And her sister is basically like hanging on by a thread, trying to do the best that she can and help as long as she can. And then the sister with the baby is like, please act right, don't ruin this for me. But in retrospect, if you were to factor in, can I afford childcare? Can I afford to pay a nanny? Can I afford to pay someone to help me in this situation so I don't have to go through this? It's their job to take care of my child. Do you see what I'm saying? So if whether or not you can successfully parent a child or raise a child is contingent upon your village pulling through for you, I don't know, that's something to think about, because sometimes people get sick, life changes for them. They underestimate how much work it's going to be, and things might change. A yes today might be, I'm sorry, I can't do it anymore tomorrow. Or people just might be saying no up front. I don't know. What do y'all think?